Hello and thanks for joining us on Perspectives in Politics. I am Ogie Ihimekwen. As nomination of candidates by political parties for the 2023 general elections ends midnight Thursday 9th June 2022, political parties are in the next 1 week beginning from Friday 10th June 2022 required to submit their list of candidates for the 2023 general elections. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), Professor Mahmood Yakubu, said this at a meeting held with state resident electoral commissioners (REC) at the commission's headquarters in Abuja. Professor Yakubu says a nomination center has been set up at the commission's headquarters to receive and process all nominations by political parties, including dedicated telephone lines to serve as help desk for any party that may need assistance. The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) has thrown its weight behind the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, as the authentic presidential candidate of Labour Party and Julius Abure as the national chairman. NLC, in a statement signed by the president Ayuba Waba, described the Callistus Okafor-led faction of the Labour Party as distraction that must be disregarded. The Callistus Okafor-led faction emerged few days after Peter Obi joined Labour Party. Obi, who was the leading presidential aspirant on the platform of the People Democratic Party (PDP), resigned to join the Labour Party. After his election in the Labour Party as the flag bearer of the party, the Callistus Okafor-led faction also produced Jude Ezenwafo as its own presidential candidate. However, Jude Ezenwafo has withdrawn from the race to support Peter Obi. In a letter written by Ezenwafo, he dropped his ambition after a nationwide consultation with his supporters. The former vice president and presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, promised to deal decisively with corruption if the party returns to power in 2023. Atiku said this in Abuja while soliciting support of former Nigerian ministers to end the monetization of politics in Nigeria.
I just talked about corruption, but I want to tell you that I have told my fellow contestants, whom I met with individually and collectively, that it was the most monetized. If you don't want to use corruption because of its ugly name, it was the most monetized primary elections I have ever participated in. So it was tough for me. I told them it was the toughest. So, honorable ministers, I think you have a role to play here because you are leading lights in your respective communities, your respective units, and so on and so forth. Yes, we know that the entire country is going through poverty, but that does not mean that we should condemn this country to a perpetual corruption.
In our history, have people been so openly and shamelessly corrupt like the people in the APC-led federal government? What we used to know about corruption is that people will steal, people will hide, and then begin to bring it small. But what is happening today is they steal, they bring it out and display it and say nothing will happen. Your Excellency, by the special grace of God, you are the one that nature will bestow with the responsibility of bringing sanity back in the affairs of this country.
The former Chief of Security Officer to late military head of state, General Sani Abacha, Hamza Al-Mustafa, retired, has emerged the presidential candidate of the Action Alliance for the 2023 general elections.
Any person who in his conduct, in his sayings, or in his traces leaves traces of dishonesty, of corruption, of deceit, is such a person that should never be trusted with power. Let's open our eyes and let's understand democracy has come thus far. And at this point in time, it is time for us to tarry a little. I say, this party, from the rich manifesto it has,
a faction of the Action Alliance AA led by Omo Aje produced Solomon Okanigoa as the presidential candidate for the 2023 election at a convention in Abuja. Okanigoa promised better security across the country.
Security, we need to train and you understand, train them so that towards standard level, whereby equipping them also. Then we need to improve their benefits and welfare for there to be moral for them to function effectively.
That's the package for today. Join us same time tomorrow for more. I am Ogie. Ihimekme.